working with Loki. I'm trying to get a point where he starts to show me some development. So we got him up on now is the park benches. And if you get a dog that's big enough to be able to do it, Loki can't do it as well. He can't jump up. I've had to help him get up there. But one of the big rules of this sort of thing, when you're doing agility and getting the dog used to going on things and getting comfortable with them, you want to be there to support him. There's no corrections involved at all. It's always positive. And then down is always easier than up, okay? So that means I lifted him up there on my own, and I'm doing what I call a find it game. Find it, and I'm putting the hot dog down, okay? And every time I say that, find it, good. It gets the dog searching out, and it also gives you something to slow down the speed, because a lot of times they'll get nervous, and they'll hit something, and they'll be wanting to do it too fast. They're going to hurt themselves, okay? So your job is to build confidence with a young dog. So what we want to do is we want to realize that, and I start this find it game for several reasons. One, it gets his nose working a little bit. All right. It also will slow the dog down because he's expecting this hand to go in front of him. And now he's got to look for the food. So instead of speedboating it across things, I'm going to let him go ahead and experience that. We end up trying to slow him down by putting the food in front of him. Find it. And that's going to slow the dog down and get a cadence where he won't be speedboating because he's too nervous and scared of things. So right now this guy is developing fast. We worked out about Demas. Good boy, good. There you go. Come on, let's go. Good boy, good. All right, let's go. Good boy, good. Come on. You go potties? Oh, look at you. You go potties, huh? Good boy. So when you're working dogs through this sort of thing, you've got to realize that they've got to mature to get to a point that they can do it, that you need to work at a certain pace and a certain format in getting a dog to do this and build confidence. And everything I'm doing working with a young puppy is building confidence. Nope. Good. I'm starting to try to give him the no marker and start working with that no marker a lot more, that there is a consequence involved with that. I started it with him going after my feet and going after my legs, and I actually cuffed him, which means I grabbed the skin of the dog and real quick little shake. He gives me a little yelp, and then right away I pick him back up and get away from it. I don't dwell on it. I don't get emotional and get mad. I don't have a lot of emotion. It's just done and over with, matter of fact. That's the biggest part when you start doing aversives. Start giving a correction. That's how you build it. It's got to be short and sweet, very fast, done and over with, and then right away you go back into forgetting about it. Don't dwell on it. Don't get emotional. Don't sit there and talk to the dog, okay? Done and over with, and you move the dog through it, all right? Because he's just suffered a correction, so you just want to be matter of fact, done and over with. Real important. If this happens, this is what happens, okay? Just like I told you earlier about how we do a correction, our approach to it. As far as, no. Good. Come on. As far as how we approach this. And I'm going to be doing a lot more of this right now, trying to get him to the next little level as far as accepting correction, understanding that he's got to do the right things, and working him through it. And how you do this is important. This is, I think, a big problem with a lot of folks that hit this stage where they're saying, how do I stop the dog from doing something? And some of it is correction. Some of it is an aversive. Not all of it. A lot of it's redirecting, getting his energy into going into other places, that sort of thing. But there is a time where we're going to start showing him that there are consequences in the world. And that's kind of what we're going through with Loki now. I'll get more into it as we go along. Hard for me to handle him and the camera at the same time. So that's our tough part. Loki, diving for shade. Loki, good boy, good. There you go, yes. Good. So we're doing a lot of click treat, a lot of showing him the hot dogs right now, getting him high on that, getting him used to it. And he's going to bind himself all up 3 times around already. All right, Loki, it's your own fault, buddy. It's your own fault. I got to go get him on round and get this thing put away. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.